You were taking off like heaven.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Nikki Starr, and I'm here with my friend Ave today. We were just hanging out, like it's Sunday. We're just relaxing by the beach. And I said, you know what, Ave, would you like to come live with me? I go live on my YouTube page, and I like to bring people because it helps to like change it up and it's more real and candid. And so we're thinking, okay, like, we have a really awesome friendship, and I feel like it's because we work on it. And we felt like we wanted to share our top 3 tips for a better friendship. So that's what we're going to be sharing with you today. And yes, actually, Ave, you can introduce yourself. And so Ave's from Estonia.
I'm from Estonia. We've been friends, like 5 years? I think we've known each other for 5 years and developed a deeper friendship for maybe the past 3.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like I said, we feel like we really work at our friendship. So we went through and we distilled 3 things that we feel make our friendship really great. And the first one is don't be flaky, be consistent. So, what does that mean to you, Ave?
For me, it means that when we make plans, then we're going to follow through. For example, with Nikki, like she would text me sometimes a couple weeks ahead of an event or something. And then I would say yes. And then I know it's going to actually happen. I feel like I'm being valued because I'm worthy of being followed through with plans, as opposed to like pulling out last minute or forgetting about it or waiting for a better offer. I feel like some of my friends don't want to commit to things because something better might come up. But then that doesn't feel very good to me. So
yeah, and I think that's one thing that we've really done. Like when Ave and I say we're going to do something together, we do it. We like show up for each other. And for me, like how it's happened is like I've moved like a bunch of times in these past 3 years since she's known me. And the past few times she helped me move. And one of the things was like, I just asked her, she's like, yeah. And even if she couldn't help me on the move day, she would like come on a day she could come and help me. Whereas I've had other friends that I'm like, hey, can you help me move? And they're like, or they were like, oh, do you need help moving? And I'm like, yeah. And then when I say yeah, they're like, oh, why don't you hire someone? And it's like, oh, thanks. Like, so that's one thing that's like, so we really are consistent and we follow through. And we even gave the example too. Like, let's say if we're like texting with each other, we don't ever like not finish the conversation or like leave each other hanging. Or if I send her a text, she doesn't wait like months to write back. Like we reply to each other in real time. And I know that we're all very busy. And I think it's important, like if your friend messages you, you write back in like a decent amount of time. Like within 24 hours, you write back to your friend.
I agree. We don't leave anything hanging up in the air. Like we know exactly what the plan is. And we try to finalize the plan as soon as we can.
Mm-hmm. Or when we're just clear, like, no, I can't that day, or I'm doing this, or I'll let you know by this time. And we like follow through. Yeah. We like follow our word. Our word is law in our relationship. And in friendship, I think that's super important. So the second thing, so we said, oh yeah, we're
not flaking, learning each other's ways.
Oh yeah, learning each other's ways was another one. So I guess I can go first for this one. So for me, I know that Ave needs time. Like, so when I say learn each other's ways, it means like when you're particular, like you're a person and you have certain things that you like and certain things you don't like. So let's say if like Ave, I know that she needs time. Like she likes to think about things. She likes to feel into things like, okay, like, do I want to do this? Do I not? I know the more time I give her, the better for her. That's just how she is. Some people, I can't tell them too far in advance. So I learn my friends different ways. And so with Ave, I feel like she needs time. So I give her that time. So as soon as I know about something and I want her to come with me, then I say, hey, there's this event. Do you want to come with me? As soon as I know. Even if I'm not sure I'm going to go, I still tell her I'm thinking about it. Do you want to come with me? So time is Ave's way that I've learned. So
Yes, I really appreciate that. um, I think an example about you would be, I know that Nikki is really particular, like with things that might be completely insignificant for other people, or also with time. For example, when I go to the store to get some food for us, I know exactly what she wants, and if I need to clarify something, I take the time to clarify because I want to make sure it's gonna be 100% what she's looking for, or whether it's not using pepper in cooking or some other small thing. I remember to think about it, and I put in the extra effort to pay attention to it. Or also with time, like when Nikki says her ETA is 7:20, then I know I have to be ready by 7:20. It's not going to be 7:30. She's going to show up at 7:20, and if I'm not out, then 7:21 I get a phone call.
but we honor that in each other, and I appreciate that she like, some people might find it like annoying maybe that I'm so particular or something, but I'm just like busy and I know what I like. So for me, it just saves time. And I really appreciate that she's like, she knows it. I don't have to feel bad or apologetic that I like things a certain way. And I think that makes for a beautiful friendship. And there was one more.
I think, yeah, it's making sure that when there's some kind of a friction, that we always come to a resolution. So I feel like something that I really appreciate, one of the biggest things for me, is that I know where I stand with Nikki. For example, if there's some kind of a friction, either of us gets triggered about something, then we either of us always initiates the conversation. Like we'll come back to it as soon as we're ready, and we're going to work it through. And I feel like whenever I'm sort of offering feedback or my side of the story, I feel like Nikki is always receiving it. And then we end up at a place where like there's nothing lingering. Whatever happened, we discussed it, we debriefed, and we learned from it, and it's put behind, and we're moving forward.
Yeah, and I think like every time we've ever had like any kind of friction, like Ave calls it, it's like imagine if something triggers you, like someone's tone in a text message or someone rushing, or there's like an energy that's not nice or whatever. Like we're both sensitive people. So we don't just like pretend it doesn't happen. We're like, and we notice it and then we like wait till the moment is right. And then we're like, hey, do you want to talk about what happened? And I think just taking that time to process and say, like, this is what I was feeling. This is what you were feeling. Like, I would appreciate this. Like, I would appreciate that. And like, we hear both sides. And I think why our friendship really works is because we both take responsibility where we could have showed up better. Like, the whole point of processing is like, how can we do it better next time?
Yeah.
And now we don't even like, I can't remember the last time we had one of those things. I think it was like 4th of July because I wanted to leave somewhere and Ave was having so much fun and I wanted to go home and we took the same car. So it's like we had to leave together. Yeah. But like that like wasn't even before that, it was like when we had gone camping, like months and months and months before that. But in the beginning of our relationship, there like our friendship, there was a lot more because like you get to learn, you're learning each other, and like
I think you're taking a risk, or like, because with some people, even if you try to debrief, it ends up escalating even more into a problem of an issue. So you're always taking a risk trying to work something through. Or then with some people, they say certain things, but then you find out that they actually didn't mean it. So it's vulnerable to debrief things, but when you get positive reassurance, then that kind of builds on it and it becomes more easy.
Yeah, and I think like we would always make it like fun. Like this is just part of being friends. Like being friends means we talk about things and we never go and talk about each other to other people. If like something's bothering, let's say me about her, I tell her.
Yeah.
And same thing. And so we resolve it. It's like boom, boom, done. And we are always, and I feel like that's why, even though we've been friends for like 4 or 5 years, we're like I'm like closest with her, maybe even than friends I've been with for a long time, because like we show up for those like uncomfortable moments. We don't just like pretend everything's okay. Because what happens is that like creates distance in a friendship, and then eventually it sizzles out, and then the friendship dies. I feel like that's what happens. I think when people don't talk about the thing that bothered them, they end up distancing themselves, and then you don't have a friendship anymore. So
yeah, I feel like we've learned a lot through those moments, and our friendship is getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah. And so that's why I felt like we were both like not ready for camera, but I was like, who cares? It's like not about that. It's like to help people have better relationships. So here we are, so beautiful for you right now. But I trust like that you took something away. So in summary, is there anything else you wanted to add before we sum it up?
I think I'm complete. Yeah.
So in summary, our top 3 tips for better friendships is 1, don't be flaky, be consistent. So if you like make plans with your friends, you show up, and if you have to change them, you text right away, and you don't leave your friends hanging like in text messages or whatever. Like you show up for the messages, like you show up to your friends. And then number 2 was
learn each other's ways.
So if your friend has a particular way of being and you have a particular way of being, that you share it and then you honor it, and you don't make the person feel bad about it or shameful because they like things a certain way. So if I like the certain kind of food and I don't like pepper in my food and that she honors that. And if I know she needs more time for things, like I'm her friend, I'm going to honor that. And then the last tip in summary, number 3, is
resolution.
Yeah, resolve the conflict. Like if there's any kind of tensions or conflict, or just something's not sitting right, or you're not sure. Most of the time when we make stories in our head and something doesn't sit right is we're making an assumption and it's like not even true. So just take the time to process, talk about things. And communication is like the best thing about friendships and all relationships, really. So and then really owning your part, like own your part. Say like, yeah, I could have did that better. This is how I'm going to do it better next time. That shows you care about your friendships. So that's that. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm Dr. Nikki Starr, and this was my friend Ave. And with that, we send you love, and we hope and we trust that this video will be supportive for you and all of your friendships. Thanks for being here, and bye for now.
Thank you.